I'm Allie Casella. I am with Doorway to College Foundation. I'm here this morning with my colleague, Adam Smith.
Hi, Allie. It's good to be with you. I'm Adam Smith. I'm the Director of Community Partnerships and Educational Access for Doorway to College, a national nonprofit dedicated to college access and success for all Americans.
Thanks, Adam. This morning we are chatting a little bit about ACT and SAT optionality. We are all hearing a lot about that ACT and SAT being test optional, essentially, for the incoming class being accepted for admissions at colleges and universities. Wondering if you can talk a little bit about that and just explain, essentially why this is happening, what it might mean long term, and just what this means.
Sure, Allie. So a lot of the answers of this and so many things right now in our world are around COVID-19. So when coronavirus hit, many schools, matter of fact, almost every school in the country went to learning remote, and students went to that. It's important to know that there's about 30 or so states in the country that the ACT or the SAT is given mandatory in school to juniors in the spring of their junior year. So only 2 states, because of COVID-19, had the chance to give that mandatory test. So colleges and universities, in response to that, in several states, Wisconsin, California, and many others, have said for the class of 2021, that ACT or SAT scores are optional for admission. So that's for admission only. That I haven't heard many schools say, well, ACT and SAT are optional for merit-based scholarships. So it's important to know that institutions also give big scholarships to students based on not only their GPA, but their ACT or their SAT score, as well as institutions use those sub-scores, especially in math, to place students into math courses in college to ensure their time to degree is shorter and to admit them to some of those high demand, high focused majors, things like engineering, business, nursing, architecture, nutrition, those kind of things. So it's a complex issue, but this is specifically for the class of 2021, and it's important to know that it's optional. That means you can still take it, and it's for admission only at this time.
Gotcha. Okay, so it sounds like we're worried, potentially, that some of our more vulnerable students, some of our students who might be first generation, who might not have someone really like guiding their path to college admissions, that they might fall into this trap of you don't know what you don't know, which is really the path that a lot of us have maybe fallen down, where you think that you're doing the best thing for you, which is maybe, I don't want to take the ACT more than once because it costs me money, which is fair. But maybe there are other things to be considering that we don't know about as a first generation student. Lots of things to be considering is what you're saying.
Exactly. So if you're a student like me or you're a student like you, we took the ACT because we had to, but if the score was good enough to get into school, we didn't take it again. We didn't really prep. The score was, we just happened to get lucky and get a good enough score, and it was like, okay, I'm not going to pay to take it again. This isn't really going to affect students whose parents have advanced degrees and understand we're really competing for high-level resources from the institution. This is really what a lot of research shows is going to affect students of color, in particular Black students and Latino students, students who are low income, and students who are first generation, who hear the words optional to get into college, and because they have other needs and they have other challenges, and may not have those college coaches to say, you know what, we need to take it as many times as possible, may not have the resources to pay for expensive prep. This may hurt students' ability not to get to college, but to get through college, and to get through college with a degree that has the most power, the highest earning potential, and to get through college with the least amount of money, spending the least amount of time, and to get through college with the least amount of debt. right? Which is really, really important. It isn't just about getting to college. For us, it's really about getting students through college. And that's the important thing to consider.
Oh, really well said. Yeah, really well said. And I think too, what we're really interested in talking about, as educators, we both work at Doorway to College Foundation. Um, we're really interested in sort of looking at. We don't really know what the future holds, but we're sort of interested in having that conversation about. Well, we don't know where you might be in 2 years. We don't know what college admissions will look like in 2 years, but what can we do today to really prepare you for that future? And I guess what would you say to someone who asked you that question? What would you say to, either a school counselor, a parent? What would your answer to that be?
I think we think of COVID-19 and all that came with it, and at times don't think enough about the economic impact, right? And so now more than ever, it's like the Hunger Games. And so students who aren't armed as well, this is a time when they need to partner and get the best prep for the least amount of money. That's the most consistent, the most safe, the most reliable, where they can get the best return on their investment so that they can go to college and be successful there, because there aren't a lot of redos anymore. There's not a lot of jobs that, oh, I just took a break from college and went out and got something. So one of the things we've done at our foundation, being in the mission of test prep and quality test prep, is we partner with school districts, we partner with nonprofits, we partner with TRIO programs and others to be able to deliver high quality prep. We've been doing it virtually since 2013. So now we do that via Zoom. So it doesn't matter if there's an interruption in school, the student's going to get their prep. We can offer that prep, and the impact on student scores of just 5 hours of prep for less than $100 a student is unparalleled. So you see a 2 to 5 point cumulative score improvement on the ACT and a 50 to 150 point cumulative score improvement on the SAT. So there are programs that are charging tens of thousands of dollars that are in the business of prep that don't do as well as our program that's charging less than $100, because we're in the mission of prep. And I know in the end, you're going to put up a slide that tells people how to get in contact with us to learn more about how to strategically partner with Doorway to College to ensure that all students get the resources they need to be able to compete in a more competitive environment.
Yeah, you bet. Absolutely. I think that's really all that's all that we can do, all that anyone can do at this juncture. I have an 18-month-old, but if I had an 18-year-old, I think probably I would be interested in, putting him in our classroom. Not because I'm a Doorway to College, director as you are, but simply because we really don't know what next fall looks like, and I think that's the conversation that we're having. So I will absolutely put that information on the slide to follow. And thanks so much. I know that this was a complicated issue to sort of tackle in a few brief minutes, but thanks for getting at this with me.
Thank you.